Well, Sydney's a really unique and I think it's a really beautiful city, really nice. Their beaches are something that a lot of people really, really like. In fact, a lot of the people that live in Australia, they take the time, they go to work or they go to school, and you'll see a lot of families that just immediately go straight to the beach right after work or school, and they'll stay there till the end of the day. And the next day they'll go to work and they'll do the same thing the next day. They love it. So there's a lot of nice beaches there. Of course, for a missionary, that really doesn't make much of a difference. There's cool buildings, the Opera House. You get to see that on Finding Nemo, and the fish pops up out of the water. That one's a cool one to walk by. Hyde Park in the city is a nice big park that they have there. So there's lots of nice things to see. I hadn't had very much experience with cities before my mission, so it was kind of cool to go there and see tall buildings, taller than anything that we had in Utah. I think the houses are different. They don't really have a basement. I don't think I ever went in a house that had a basement in Australia, so that was interesting. The houses seem really, really expensive. There'd be a house that was, I don't know, very average size here, but because of the location or because of it being in Sydney, it would be close to $1 million or even over $1 million. They're pretty expensive to live in Australia, in Sydney at least. The roads in Sydney are really, really interesting. I felt like I was in traffic a lot. Sometimes it would be a little bit frustrating, but they have a lot of tunnels in Australia because it seems like sometimes that they put the buildings in first and then realized, oh, we got to put roads in. So they just tossed them in on top. And so you've got all these different kinds of roads, and some of them are dead ends, some of them twist in interesting ways that I've never seen before, but it was definitely a learning experience. Not only do you drive on the wrong side of the road, wrong side of the car, but the roads are very narrow and they've got some interesting curves to them, but you get used to it after a while. So that was a new experience. Well, as far as crime and safety goes, I think Sydney's a pretty safe place. They are generally really nice people. I mean, the only person that ever tried to take anything from me, trying to rob me, and I didn't even know it. So I don't think that there's very much of a threat there as far as crime goes. Of course, you have some areas where it's worse, some areas where it's better. For public transportation, there's a lot of trains, a lot of buses. I think I spent a lot of time taking public transportation, talking with people on the bus or on the train or at the bus stop. Well, if you want to see cool places or go to cool places in Australia, time for Thai restaurant. Thai food, it was the best restaurant of my life. Sightseeing wise, there's in the very northernmost tip of the mission, there's a place called Coffs Harbour. It's very, very, very beautiful. It's where you start to get a little bit more of the mountains that come in. There's beaches up there as well, but there's also cliffs next to the water and things like that, so it's really beautiful up there.